Hey there, and welcome to the Dave Does channel. And today I am checking out the band The Warning, and what's the track called? Hell You Call a Dream. Now, I have heard a little bit of this from the live performances. I've not watched it all. It's one of those ones that when they drop the new live stuff, I always kind of want to hold up until I've heard the recorded version. Then I can go and compare it to the live afterwards. If you hear the live first, I don't think you go into it with the right mindset, if that makes sense. Now, I've been going back through a lot of The Warning recently. Specifically, I've been trying to go back through their albums because one of the things I was doing it on the ADK Rock and Metal channel, which is one of the other channels, and we were talking about The Warning, and one of the things they talked about was the simplicity or the simplistic style of Danny's guitar parts. And I never really thought about it because I'm hearing it as a song. I'm hearing it as it's a great song, it's working really well. So I don't think about whether the guitars are technical, whether they're really chuggy, whether they've got a nice riff in it. And then, so it's got me thinking about it. After we did Sick and we did more, I wanted to go back. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go back through the catalogue and I'm going to find a song that's got a really cool riff that's more riff-led to play the other guys on the ADK channel. And unfortunately, I couldn't find one. They're all pretty much chord orientated. So actually, I stand by what Kirk on the ADK channel said, that this is not a riff-based band. That's not a problem because they're really good songs, and they work on melody, harmonies, and the song structure versus whether it's a good riff or a good solo, etc. So it's about what you're looking for in the song. But I did defend the band really heavily against Kirk when he brought that up, but actually going back for it, yes, they are distinctly missing in what we call classic riffs. But it has made me think about, obviously, going through like the Queen of the Murder Scenes album and listening to the songs and the riffs and stuff. It's made me think a little bit more about how More came out and how Six come out. And so I'm really intrigued about Hell You Call a Dream and see what this overall vibe is. So, yeah, that's enough talking from me. Let's get to the video. Now I know the chorus is there, and I'm sorry, guys, but there is a reason I've stopped. Okay, I know, I do know the vocal melody of the chorus, so I do know what's coming, and I know that you're sitting there screwing the camera, going, "How dare you stop it!" But there's a reason. So what I'm really loving is the tone of that bass. That bass is weighty. And I've noticed this with Sick and with More. We're getting a lot more Ali kind of really driving these bass lines in. It's using Danny really kind of punching in for dynamic elements throughout the verses and then coming in big and heavy on the choruses. And that's what I'm expecting it to kind of go into here. I mean, this feels very commercial. It feels very pop music orientated, like pop rock, but it's catchy. I like it. Let's carry on with the chorus then.
Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe. And it's how you call a dream.
Okay. I love that little cymbal there by Powell, like that. Playing on the offbeat. I love playing on the offbeat. It's such a great dynamic twist in the drums rather than playing on the beat all the time. So I love when Powell does that. Yeah, big chorus there. Very hooky. I mean, this is the sort of thing I'd hear from a pop group that are trying to be a bit more rocky. So this is the sort of thing I'd think like a band or a singer like Pink would do. Now, this can aggravate a lot of people. So when you're looking at this as your rock band, this is not a rock band vibe track for me. if you're talking about something like the Weeknd would do, or the Script, or someone like that within the rock world, I would expect it. But I think people kind of wanted more from the Warning. They wanted them to be their new attitude rock hailstorm band, and this is definitely moving away, and I think they're finding their own feet. Now, I've said this before, I said it again when we talked about more on the channel. It's all about them finding what they want to do. If you look at their age group, they are, and people go, it doesn't matter about their age group, but it does in the sense of this is the time in their life where they are finding their passion. Now, if I compare myself now to when I was in my 20s, there is a huge difference. That's over 20 years ago for me. Yes, I am in my 40s. And so if I compare myself to there and then, it's chalk and cheese. What I was like in my 20s and where I am now is very, very different. But what I was like when I was 12, 13 and when I was in my 20s is very different. And your passions and what you love in music changed. And I went from being a teenager loving kind of classic rock. I listened to chart music, I listened to dance music, then I went into classic rock, and then I went into death metal. And I was listening to things like Cannibal Corpse, and then I went back into thrash metal, then I went into new metal, then I went into groove metal, then I went to classic rock again, and now and then I started getting into funk and jazz, and now I listen to a little bit of everything. But my musical journey has changed a lot from my life, and I think this is where we have to understand that with a band. They are not trying to write music for you. They are writing, or for us, they are writing the music that they want to produce for them. And that's the important bit. You write for them and people will follow. If they try and write for us as the listener, what you're going to find is they're not going to enjoy it as much. So let's keep going. Where's the barn? There it is.
My vision's blurry as the pain keeps crawling up my skin. The pressure's building and I'm on the verge of caving in. Praying up for the kill. If this can't break me to life, then what will? Suffering just for the thrill. I'm in too deep. Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe. And it's how you call a dream.
Okay, before we get into this next section, i.e. the mid-section, talk about quick a little bit about the video. We've got a real cool retro look, so it's modern, but you're actually getting like an early 2000s vibe, but you're also pulling out early MTV vibes on this as well. So they're really kind of borrowing from different elements of history, musical history, video history in here as well. We also know that they, especially Power, is huge into the Japanese scene, and I can get some of the Japanese vibes from the video as well here, although not specifically Japanese, but just some of the stylizations that are going on here. So just wanted to talk about that. Let's carry on.
Eyes always open in the dark. I've been underwater right from the start. Hope is wearing thin. I can't take anymore. Give me something to believe. And it's how you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe. Maybe I don't wanna be. And it's how you call a dream. How you call a dream. Colliding every time. The chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe. And it's how you call a dream.
Okie dokie. There we go. How do you call a dream? Well, I mean, that last riff, which is a slight variation. I'm sure it's not exactly how it came in at the beginning, but that last riff has a little bit more of a riff drive to it. But the track itself, there's a lot of groove in there. There's pop elements in there. There's nice bit of bounce into it. It gets you moving, and that's a key part of it. mean, I do completely get where some people in bands, I've seen them in their early part of the journey and are concerned by them going into this more pop. They're putting the blame on a producer that came in, which is just crap. The girls, sorry, I keep calling them girls, the ladies would never allow that. Categorically, they are in control of their writing. If they didn't want to put this out, they wouldn't have done it. This is their style of music. This is what they're into at the moment. So we either go along with the journey with it and accept it, or we stop listening to it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to listen to it, and you can just go back and listen to the Queen of the Murder Scene if you like. But you can hear that natural progression up to this point. So when you go back through Money and Choke, Evolve, etc., you go through that and then go back through the Queen of the Murder Scene as well. And you start hearing and go back to their earlier stuff, but they're now into a more positive vibe. The early stuff was darker. On the Queen of the Murder Scene, we had a much darker vibe on here, from things like Dust to Dust, etc. You and Dull Knife, etc. were much darker tracks. But I mean, things like Psychotic and Hunter, you get the vibe of where this would have. They were the early DNAs of some of these later tracks, like on More Sick and of course How Do You Call a Dream. I don't know where this goes then for them next. I can't see them becoming a real harsh, aggressive band. I don't see them getting into the Hellstorm market. But I think they're carving out their own market. It's just up to the fans and the listeners just to go along with it. And I can comfortably hear myself listening to this in the car and just singing along with it. It's very, very memorable. And I think they are carving out their own space within the market. So, well, fair play to them. I'm intrigued to see what comes out of the rest of this album now. So the newer album comes out in a couple of months, and I am really looking forward to hearing the whole of it. So I'm hoping to get an advance copy for the ADK Rock and Metal channel so we can check it out on that, but who knows. Anyway, if you liked our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the videos sometime very soon. Take care.